Hey guys, this is Justin with Ready Business Systems, and today I'm going to go over the office automations. The purpose of these automations is to basically perform a lot of the office administrator's tasks and to make sure that things get done the way they're supposed to, the way that I want the company to run. So basically, most of our customers are on credit card, auto pay weekly. Majority of them, with the exception of mostly corporate accounts who have to pay monthly, and also some very grandfathered clients who are always pay on time, but they pay once a month. There's only a handful of them that we have remaining, but we do have a sequence just for them, so we're not harassing them with emails. So basically, this sequence triggers when the credit card fails each week. So immediately when the credit card charge fails, we email the client and tell them that the card failed, and it has a link to a form to update their credit card immediately. They also get a text message, and the office administrator gets a to-do to call the client to get their credit card. So we want to stay really on top of this. If they miss all that, give them a few days to get back to these things. And we text them again, letting them know we still haven't gotten your credit card. We let them know we emailed you the form again, and we email the form again. It's going to wait 3 more days. It's then going to send a text again to them, letting them know we're stopping their service. It's going to create a task for the office administrator to stop the service. And then it's going to wait a week, and it's going to create a task for the office administrator to send the client to collections. And obviously we won't perform any work for them. Then the services stop prior to the next week, so we don't service the account again. This next one, like I said, is mostly for corporate accounts. It's for when invoices are past due 10 days, so we have to have a separate sequence for this. Otherwise, the credit card payers might enter the sequence, which we don't want them to. It's just for checks. So when invoices 10 days past due, we don't want them following both sequences, so it's just for check payers. We send them a series of emails. Basically, it's mostly corporate clients. They're not going to get our text messages. And at the end of the day, eventually we'll send to collections as well. This one here, I'll skip over here because this one's related. Post-pay monthly check. These are for very grandfathered clients, so I'm not going to spend much time on this one either, but basically give them more time to pay their bills before we start reminding them it's past due. I'll probably ditch the sequence at some point because if they're on the sequence, there's no way they should ever be paying late. We'd force them on the credit card. So this one's very rarely used. This one's important. So when an estimate is accepted by a lead, so they're entered, in Service Autopilot, they have both leads and clients. So if they're a lead, so they just went on our website, came from the website straight into Service Autopilot as a lead, as a new lead, we're going to get a task to write them an estimate in a different sequence. So when they accept this estimate, we want to basically onboard them. So we have some tags in here. This is for removing tags, prospecting. So basically, before they accept the estimate, they may tell us, "Oh, I got to talk to someone, get some more quotes." So we don't want to be. So once they actually accept the estimate, we want to make sure to remove those tags that tell us different ways to follow up. Like if they say, "I'll get back to you in a month," we'll set a tag, prospecting 30 days, which will stop everything for 30 days, and we'll start to follow up again. So basically this one, it's going to, after a new customer, basically it's a new customer, and they just accept a proposal. So it's a brand new client is what this addresses. It's going to text them to check their email because, some people are much more on top of their texting. You wouldn't want to miss the onboarding email. This onboarding email basically says the way that we do business, and it tells them we're going to need their credit card with a link to add it, tells them our policies and that sort of thing. It's an onboarding welcome packet, how we work, phone numbers, communication, expectations. The day after that, they get this because this is asking them to put their credit card on file. The system's going to check to see if they have their credit card on file. If they did, it's going to tell the office lady to schedule the work if they followed the instructions. If not, it's going to text the new customer, letting them know, "Hey, reminder, we need your credit card before we can get started." So that's what that's about. It's going to wait a day. It's going to do the same thing. It's going to email them again, and it's going to create a task for the office lady to call them. All right, they're not getting their emails and texts. Let's get it. Let's call them to make sure we get their credit card so we can schedule them. If it does have their credit card, again, schedule work. After a week, it's going to see if their credit card's on file. If the credit card's on file and they accept an estimate, basically they're a customer. So in 7 days, it's going to create a task for the office administrator, write a thank you card and mail it to them, which we do with a little gift card. We add an inspection service to the account. So basically it's a waiting list job that is for our manager. So if he goes to if all this person asks is, say, for mulch, we still want to go there and see what we can upsell, not just do what they sold. So it sends a task for him to go to that property and see what else he can upsell. It creates a task for the office lady to add that to the waiting list for this client. It's then going to wait 3 weeks if they have the credit card on file. So again, a customer that accepted a proposal, sometimes they back out, they don't have their credit card, but if they also have their credit card, they're a client by now. It's going to send them a text just saying, hey, how are things going? Hope you're enjoying our services so far. So that's for basically new clients, is essentially what this is for. We already went over this one. We have a, moving on, this is basically to automate the office lady's job. We have a form, it's called 3 p.m. clock out because she ends her day at 3:30. It's a checklist of things to do daily, monthly, weekly. I originally had a bunch of to-dos on each day, but it's kind of a little crazy. So it's basically just a form with a checklist, and this creates a task every day. It creates one to-do telling her fill out this form, fill out this form, fill out this form, which has routine tasks she has to do throughout the season, throughout the week, throughout the month. This one checks for certain criteria. We have a policy that if it's over $1,000 and it's a one-time job, we need a 50% deposit. So this checks any estimates that are accepted that have certain criteria that's over $1,000. It's going to remind her to get a 50% deposit. This email, so our company, we shut down the month of January. This email just goes out to everyone and tells them, hey, we're shut down. We're probably not going to get back to you. We will really, but we just set the expectation we won't. But we're still checking our email. But it's kind of a shutdown we do for all of our employees to give everyone a break at the same time. This one lets them know we're open again February 1st. I have it turned off right now just because sometimes last time it went out, we weren't quite ready to start receiving all the emails, so I just kind of shut it off. But I may turn it back on eventually, just so it would get some work rolling in February. Just reaching out to people, letting them know we're open. So this one is actually you can't reorder these once you create them in automations, but this one should be first. But this one is when a new lead who's interested in services first enters the system, and we have not gotten a proposal for him first. Yet, sorry. So there's a source that indicates, it helps you track where your leads come from. We have a policy that if an employee gets a lead from a door hanger, they get 20 bucks. So if the source of this new lead is a door hanger, this ensures that the office lady, and it has instructions right in here, how to give the employee the $20 for the lead. So as you can see, these office automations really enforce the handbook, and they're making sure the company's running the way that I designed it to run. So we don't forget to do things like this. It's going to check also, because every lead that comes in can be an applicant, or it could be an actual, like an applicant for a job. We put them in the system as leads with a tag of an applicant on them when they fill out an online application, which goes right into the system. So basically it's checking to see if they're an applicant, because we don't want applicants getting estimate, thanks for your estimate request, because that's not right. Really they're applying for a job. So it's going to check to make sure they're not an applicant. If so, it's going to tag them that they're waiting on their estimate, because we haven't sent it yet, just got the lead. It's going to create a task to the manager to send them a quote within 5 days. And it's also going to text the new lead, letting them know, hey, thanks for your estimate request. We're going to send you a quote within 5 days. So this task telling that manager to send the estimate is the same as the text message. So, the manager knows the expectations that are set there. And basically, whenever the estimate is sent, that's going to stop this whole process. So they're not going to move forward after we send a quote. But while they're waiting to get the quote within 5 days, we want to keep in touch with them and nurture the client, keep us at the top of their mind. So basically in 2 days, it's going to see if they're still waiting on their quote. We still haven't sent one. It's going to email them, let them know we didn't forget about them, text them, letting them know, hey, I know it's been a couple days, we're still going to get you that quote. In these emails, it kind of tells them, why we're good. Hey, read our, check out our testimonials. You can call our references, and there's all links in here. So it kind of keeps them at the top of their mind, lets them do their research while they're waiting for their quote. Let's go wait another 2 days. So now we're at 4 days. The expectation was 5. This is where it sends them the email about the references, read our frequently asked questions, etc. It's going to create another task. This one goes to the office lady to let her know that, hey, we got to get back to this guy by tomorrow. If not, we got to, at least be in touch with them. Let them know, sorry, there's a delay. We're waiting for a quote on materials, etc. This is why we haven't gotten back to you. But it's important that you keep you meet your expectations. So that's why I have this follow up and make sure that we're doing what we're saying we're going to do. This one checks to see if it was a referral. If it is a referral and they have a credit card, it's the same as the other process, it's going to create a task office lady to send a gift card to the referring client because we have a policy for that. This one, promotional Mo increase. So we have promotional Mo's. The first 2 weeks, they get a discounted rate, and then the price goes up. This has instructions for the office lady after the promotional Mo is completed to send them a price increase email. So basically, we have them accept a quote that says that you're going to get an email with the price increase, and you're going to get an email with a price increase, and we're not going to have to accept it after this. If you don't respond to the email, we're going to automatically continue to mow it at the new increased price. So basically, we get them to sign and agree to the low price, and then by default, when they sign that, they're agreeing to the higher price unless they cancel. So we cover our butt there, and once they see, we prove the quality of our work after the first 2 mows. It might be a little more expensive than the other guys, but they're still willing to hang on there because we're worth it. This is a different process. If you're already a client in our system, you accept a quote, we obviously don't need to send them a welcome packet and that sort of thing, set expectations, because we already did that. So if this client, say, was a mowing client, and then we sent them a quote for doing some mulch, then it's a different process. We still want to make sure they have a credit card on file before we do the work, because they could be an old client that canceled services. And so it's going to tell them schedule work if they have a credit card, and not schedule, and to get the credit card if they don't have a credit card on file. So it's basically just making sure that before we add more work to an existing client that they have a card on file. We have a checklist with each mow that's completed that it adds a tag. So if the employee, after the completed grass mowing, says, was the grass over 6 inches? We have a policy for that that's done hourly if it's over 6 inches and they visit. So if they say, yes, it was over 6 inches when they complete the job, the guys in the field, it's going to create a task for the office lady to charge the customer hourly for that job with instructions in there. This one is just, we have a tag, a quick tag, just to add an estimate to a client's account. So if we add the tag here, it's just going to create it to do, hey, send this guy an estimate within 5 days, just kind of a quick shortcut. Credit card expiring, this one is a proactive thing. So there's a way in Service Autopilot that you can see if a credit card's expiring with certain criteria. So it's basically just going to chase these people down via text message and emails, a series of text message and emails, just haunting them, making sure, hey, your credit card's expiring. So rather than waiting until the credit card fails, so this one is a proactive way to make sure that we update their credit card and it never fails. Well, for that reason that it's expired, because it's a dumb reason for it to fail. Credit card updated. So this one is just once the form is submitted, that link, it creates a task, lets the office admin know that they did update their credit card, just so this stops the process. When they fill out that form, it automatically stops chasing the people down. So anyway, that's our automations for Office, basically ensuring that we stay on top of things. There's a lot of things for the Office to remember, so we automate as much as we can, and if not, these to-dos are essentially reminders of the way things are supposed to be done. Also, if and when we have new Office people, since all the instructions are right in here, they know that they know exactly what to do because the instructions are in here, so it makes our training easier. That's it. So check out the website for more information, readybusinesssystems.com. And we can also set up these automations for you, so keep that in mind. I'll catch you next time.